that, we want to share with you about how you can continue to embody and experience these energies in a program, a training we have developed called Archetypal Alignment. It's a 6-month training beginning January, right at this eclipse window. So Jocelyn, do you want to share the screen and talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I want to invite everybody to know that, with everything that we've covered here today, I'm sure you can tell that you're going to want to be in a really good, grounded, and centered place as you navigate 2020. And you're going to want to be able to discern which opportunities are right for you on a soul level, which ones are going to help you to build the future that your heart is calling for, and really have the courage to say yes to new opportunities, even when they feel like a big leap. And so we've created something to really support you in that, specifically as we navigate these particular very powerful energies of 2020. And so it's called Archetypal Alignment, your 2020 Visionary Blueprint for Personal and Business Success. So again, this Seneca quote, it's not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It's because we do not dare that things are difficult. Very powerful for us this year. And so, in 2019, we've experienced so much, right? But the big question is, what's going to come from everything that occurred for us in 2019? What are we going to build next? That is Capricorn's all the planets in Capricorn's big question for us this year. And 2020 is really going to be our time to build the foundation. We know that whatever we build in 2020 is going to last, going to stand the test of time. It's going to become your legacy and your guiding star for decades to come. So you want to be deeply intentional about what you are creating. And throughout time, astrology was the guiding principle for the leaders and for the rulers. So we have brought something together that's really unique, really special here, combining the expertise that both of us have, me and Verdelus. And so we want to invite you into this space of knowing that doing the work this year in 2020 without the wisdom of astrology is likely going to create more stress, more hassle, more chaos, right, across all aspects of your life. But when you tap into this cosmic guidance, when you intentionally work with the energies and the archetypes that are at play, you can have a much smoother transition into this year and throughout the year, and really build something strong that you'll be carrying forward into all of the upcoming years. So this is our program, and we are welcoming you here. We want to be your guides through this massive transformational portal. Now, there are 4 core pillars that this program is built upon, and I'm going to show you each of those with a little bit of detail here. So we're going to work with this first pillar of evolutionary astrology. And so every month from January to June of 2020, we're going to show you how to really harmonize with the planetary alignments of that particular month to attract the resources that you need. We're going to share with you about time mapping so that you will know the most auspicious dates every single month to take key activities, key decisions in your life, such as when to invest, when to hire, when to take a break, when to take a vacation. And with the astrology, you're going to receive insights and clear access to your soul contracts with the people in your life, as well as get a lot more clarity on your divine purpose, your evolutionary potential, and how to really move forward with that. Again, it's all about what are we building, right? So once you get this clarity on your purpose, what are you going to build?
Well, yeah, and that also this was like how all the kings and all the authority figures, they always had their court astrologers. And I know that Jocelyn and I always talk about how, entrepreneurs, coaches, visionaries are the leaders of the planet now. It's not those politicians. It's people who are creating online summits. It's people who are coaching others, who, are bringing holistic tools to the world. And so that's who we want to support, is bringing you guys the most power and, tools that you can, so that you're in alignment, so that you can do that bodhisattva work like we were talking about, of serving all beings and being in aligned timing knowing when to invest, when to pull back, all of that is really, really important to this. Um, Especially as we said, Capricorn being such a theme of time this year, it's just huge. So I hope you get that invitation, why that's so important for us this year.
Yeah, and this part about the, you know, the visionary entrepreneurs, it's so critical. Like, we as entrepreneurs, we have the ability to really shift, to definitely shift the economy, right? To channel the money away from the big corporations, away from the government, toward healing and transformation, and toward the causes that we know are going to make a positive difference in the world. It's very powerful. And I know for me as an entrepreneur, astrology and working with Verdelus has been so valuable. It has shifted so much in my business as well as in my life. And so that's why we're teaming up here. That's why I wanted to collaborate with him, because it's changed a lot in the time mapping, in particular, knowing when to take certain activities. It changes everything when you you know, need to bring in income, or when you are making hiring decisions. To have this information creates an entirely different result than if you're just kind of doing it blindly. This is really critical, really key. Now, the second pillar is the mythic archetypes and ancient goddess wisdom. So we're going to be inviting you here to connect with the goddess through mantras, and connect with the planets, right, as well, through invocations for each monthly cycle. And these will be really specifically chosen for each month, January through June. So again, you're working with the energies that are already at play, that are already influencing us. Through the goddess wisdom and the archetypes, we'll invite you to choose a new identity for 2020 and beyond that embodies who you are becoming. Again, we have choice here. We get to decide who we're becoming, in what direction are we evolving, right? So take that power. And this will allow you to gain power from recognizing your story as part of a larger and deeply meaningful whole, and reconnect with the intuition and the ancestral guidance that's held in your DNA. So we'll work directly with a different goddess each month, which is including Ceres, which will be in January, Lilith, Juno, Vesta, and others. And the third pillar we want to share with you is shamanic practices. So this is the extremely important healing work, because when we're talking about our purpose, when we're talking about our business and our vision of what we're creating, we need to be healing ourselves on a personal level in order to have the strength and the courage and the dedication to do all of those other things. So we're going to be working with breath work, past life regression, dance and movement, all of this to really inspire transformation at all levels of your being. We're going to be doing dream work to decode the intelligence that flows to us every night. And shadow work, as you saw from the presentation, shadow work is critically important this year. We're going to be called to that at an even deeper level than we have been in recent years, to really unveil the wounds and the fear and resistance, and open you up to your hidden power and potential within. And shamanic journeying, that was just a teeny tiny little journey that we did today. We're going to do a lot more of that in the program. And this is a portal as well for deep healing and surprising new insights and understandings about your life and your soul's mission. And then the fourth and final pillar is visionary entrepreneurship teachings. So how can you step into visibility and thought leadership with confidence and conviction, given the astrological influences at play? We're going to bring all of this together. How can you amplify your soul's purpose and make your impact on the world at a level that you never imagined possible? We're going to be meeting in a format where we'll have the group session, we will provide the teachings, but then we're going to have an open Q&A at the end of each call. So you will really be able to raise your hand and share what you're going through on the journey, and receive our coaching and receive our insights on your specific scenario. Again, with entrepreneurship, the windows of opportunity each month, the ideal times to take action, as well as the times to avoid action. And we'll look at how can you up-level and upgrade your brand by accessing your unique archetypal signature. And we'll also talk about true resilience, which is very important as an entrepreneur, and knowing that even when things don't go the way that you had planned, there are gifts there, right? There are learnings. There's a reason why it happened this way. and you know, everything is here to help us. So this can help you to have resilience. We're going to be working with that quite a lot throughout this year. And also, for everyone who joins the program, your purchase is going to contribute to making the world a better place. So for every purchase, we're going to donate a portion of the proceeds to the following 2 organizations. One is Kiva, and this is an organization that makes microloans to individuals all around the world so that they can improve their lives.
Yeah, so Kiva is amazing, and it's basically like, because a lot of us in this program are going to be entrepreneurs, coaches, guides, and Kiva is all about like entrepreneurs around the world, you know, who are, you know, providing bread to their community, or they do laundering for their community, or they do something that can seem very simple, but they need things like in their village to be able to do their business. And Kiva helps support them. So we give loans and then they pay them back over the course of a year. It's an incredible organization. And Playing for Change, I'm a musician. I never had music growing up. My family didn't value it. And that's why Playing for Change is here. It's all about giving opportunities to young people around the world to get creative and learn how to play music, to dance, to express themselves. And these are kids that are often growing up in the slums or growing up in poverty or don't have parents, and they get an opportunity to express themselves from an early age. So it's another incredible organization. So I'm super excited to, you know, have some of the proceeds from people participating in this to support these organizations.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's more here about January, which I'm not going to go into detail about this right now, but this is a sample for what we'll be doing for January. And then we have the themes here for every month. So you can read over this. I'll put the link in the chat very soon. Some really powerful topics that we're going to be working with each month to guide you on. So you can read about this in more detail too, but what's important to know is that every month there will be one monthly live call, 2 hours in length, which will be the teaching portion plus a Q&A, as well as one monthly pre-recorded mastery teaching where we'll go really deeply into an important archetypally relevant topic for that particular month. And you'll get a lot of support from us. There will be assignments and worksheets to really help you apply these principles to your own life. We'll do healing work, meditations, contemplation, shamanic journeying, and embodiment practices. There's so much here that is really going to help and support you on your path, as well as the individual attention from us as, you know, during the Q&A, where you can ask your own questions and share your experiences and be a part of this global community, as well as receive the live coaching from us. And each month you're going to really experience what are the planets trying to communicate to you and through you. You will discover the secret success codes for your personal and professional life. They're written in the stars each month. You'll explore what hidden opportunities are waiting for you and how can you listen more deeply within these cycles. We're going to spend a lot of time on how to amplify your voice, your message, your purpose. I do a lot of work with people on visibility and thought leadership, creating online conferences and summits in order to become visible, in order to share our important message with the world in a very, very global way, a very transformational way for all the people that you reach. So this is important. This is an important part of really claiming our role as visionaries, as people who are here to shift the trajectory of humankind. And so I want to help you with that. We both want to help you with that visibility and thought leadership. And you'll learn how to use these cycles not only to your advantage, but also to awaken and accelerate your sacred work as an agent for Mother Earth at this critical time. As we work with the goddesses, we will invite you to allow Shakti to really work through you, right? And to awaken that creative life force, that unfolding evolutionary story through you as her sacred vessel. We'll be receiving channeled messages from the goddess, and we will learn a lot more about how and what we should be building in 2020. And as we mentioned, you'll receive personalized coaching and mentorship from the two of us and get to be a part of a really powerful community of like-minded individuals. Now, we want to share the pricing with you, and this is a very special limited time price that will only be available till December 18th. And again, I'll send you the link to this page in just a second here in the chat. But we have this pricing of $7.99. So for 6 months of this very intensive work and personalized attention from both of us, only $7.99. And this is available until December 18th. We do have limited seats available. We want to really be able to give everybody in-depth, hands-on support. So we recommend that you register soon. We do expect this program to fill. So these are the payment options. The full payment is $7.99 US dollars, or you can choose the installment option, which is $249 a month for 4 months. And let me just put the link in the chat for you right now, so that if you know that you are ready and you want to do this work and let us be your guides for the year, just go to that link and scroll down to these payment buttons and you can purchase right away. Now, we have some very special bonuses. And so let me update the page here. There was one update to this portion. So for the first 6 people who join by this Friday, December 13th, you will receive a one-on-one coaching session with either me or Verdeluz. And so it will be in the order of that you join. You'll get to choose who you would most like to work with, okay? And so for me, I will be offering 3 60-minute coaching sessions on visibility and thought leadership. And for Verdeluz, he will be offering 3 60-minute sessions on human design for business success and personal growth. So if you join by Friday, and if you're one of the first 6 to join, then you can choose which one of us you would like to work with for your bonus free session. And also the first 10 people to join the program will receive my 22-week course that's called The Magic of You. And this is a very powerful business building program. It is all about how to transform your visionary idea into a profitable business, community, movement, revolution. And so this has actually just started. We've just gone through the first couple modules, so it'd be very easy for you to jump in at this time. It's a really valuable bonus. And I didn't put the value on the page here, but it is worth $849. So very, very valuable. So go ahead and use that link and click through to join. We are offering a money back guarantee through January 15th. So if you decide the program's not right for you, no questions asked, we will refund. After January 15th, no refunds will be granted because we'll be sharing so much with you, and it is proprietary information. So I want to just say one more thing, and that is that we're teaming up on this. And as I mentioned, I wanted to collaborate with Verdeluz because I've experienced such incredible results in my life and my business, really transformational through working with him. And we recently led a retreat at the beginning of November. That was a very powerful experience. We had 10 people attending, and they all had profound experiences. And I want to share a couple quotes from the people who attended, but we're finding that our work and our when we collaborate, our areas of expertise, our gifts and talents that we bring together flows beautifully and provides a very an experience that brings together many, many different aspects of life and business that are going to be really powerful for you to work with. So here are a few testimonials. Tracy said, "The breadth and depth of knowledge shared between Jocelyn and Verdeluz is impressive and woven together for a beautifully cohesive and deep experience." And Kate said, "Verdeluz brings an extraordinary in-depth knowledge of a broad range of esoteric languages and systems. Jocelyn's knowledge around building a business that's aligned with the heart is always inspiring and helpful. Working with them both, I received huge insights and clarity around my life and work." And Ibtisam shared, "Amazing, wonderful, super inspiring. Jocelyn and Verdeluz packed such a wealth of teaching into this space, and their passion and knowledge shines through brightly." So we just wanted to give you an idea of why we're teaming up and how we've found it so powerful to work together. Do you want to say anything else about that, Virgilise?
Yeah, just, I mean, I have so much gratitude for what, the retreat that we created, and that we were able to bring a lot of, esoteric information and guidance like into really embodied practices, with breath work, with regression work. But we experienced our birth charts, and we went deep into the soul, and that's what we're going to bring to a virtual experience. And we can do that. We can give all kinds of practices and experiential processes for people to really integrate these energies every month, and to really be a vessel each month for what's occurring, for what's transpiring, as above, so below, and that really is the way of the emerging leader, is to know what energies are channeling through, and how can I best vessel those for the world. And working together with you, Jocelyn, has been such a gift to me. You've been able to really bring into form a lot of what has, seeded in me for a long time. And the synergy of the masculine feminine as well is really important for us now, as we talked about, like part of that Capricorn archetype of like, okay, I have to merge this masculine feminine energies in myself in a completely new way, and that's why we're bringing the ancient goddess wisdom with also, all of this entrepreneurship, and like bringing these worlds together that can bring a synergy that we really need at this time. So I'm really grateful. I'm super excited. There's so much content we want to share. As you can see, there's no shortage of content for what we deliver. But
You'll definitely learn a lot.
Cool. What is Dottie saying there? I was blessed to be at the retreat. The knowledge, transformation, and loving container that Jocelyn and Bertaluz held was incredible. I learned so much. Oh, thank you, Dottie.
Thank you, Dottie.
Yeah. Can't see the link to join the 6-month program. It should be
the link is right above your comment there, Cami, and I'll put it in again.
And I'm gonna dive in here because people have been on this call for a long time. So get your notes out. Tuning in right now to your Aries, Taurus, whatever it is, rising sign or sun sign. This is going to be a little bit about how you're going to experience more of these energies. We have mentioned so far some of, if you do have Capricorn or Cancer or some of the eclipses, but here's a little bit deeper dive for you in terms of your sun rising signs. Okay. So there's really no screen for me to share on this. So just, you can go in, you can take some notes and listen. I'm not sure if I'm on the screen as much as you or how that works, but.
Yeah, you're full screen right now.
Okay, cool. So right on. So Aries sun, Aries rising, summer's heating up big time for you in 2020. So Mars retrograde is going to be in your sign, maybe your first house. So you're even more energized than normal. But you must stop to really consider the action first, because reactivity and impulsive behavior could be your downfall. However, you have to allow yourself to calculate your bold leadership, healthy risk-taking, and future visioning. And there's going to be abundant opportunities all around you. Should also note, Aries, that Capricorn planets that we've been talking about all that Capricorn stellium, it's in your 10th house of career. So it's going to push you aggressively towards having a deeper impact on the planet, in the world, more focus in your career, a need for integrity, responsibility, and discipline, and hard work. And all of that can be rewarded with the more clear your ambitions and direction are, right? Now with Taurus, like the tortoise, Taurus, you know that steady and committed wins the race. And Capricorn, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto is all going to be in a beautiful, flowing, and supportive trine to your earthy, abundant energy. So this is going to bring expansion, a depth of power and influence this year like probably you haven't experienced ever, and a professional accomplishment. So as empowering of a year as it is for your resources to grow, you also want to be careful not to spend everything you make, especially in May and June, during the Venus retrograde, because Venus will be retrograde in your second house of finances. Now, Uranus is also asking you to reinvent yourself, to experiment, to express your authenticity, to step out, to step up, and really bring something fresh and exciting through, because Uranus is in your home sign. So if you do that, you will be more and more magnetic and alluring in 2020. Now with Gemini, Venus retrograde in your home sign is setting you up for starting to receive the transformational energies of the eclipses. So there's a lot coming down the pipeline in 2020 and 2021 for you. Relationships are going to shift this year, and necessarily so. They're going to be the mirrors for you. And that mirroring process is really important for Gemini, to really, have that mental reflection on everything that's occurring. So your relationship to your many Gemini selves is under scrutiny this year from others and from yourself. So you need to pay attention to the many opportunities. How you appear, how you physically appear, will impact others in a big way this year. So tune into your dress, your manner of communication, your ability to shapeshift, right? Like, who am I speaking to? And what kind of language, tone, voice can they actually hear? Right? So maybe it's time to brush up on your language skills, take your teaching gifts abroad. But whomever you meet this year will feel like soul contracts, laying down the bricks of your yellow brick road on the land to an Oz you've been dreaming of. So keep singing your song, and the road will continue to unfold under each step. Embrace the fool, but bring wisdom everywhere you go. And that's the wisdom of all the work you must continue to do this year with your shadow, with all that Capricorn energy in your 8th house. So it's all about your ability to team up, collaborate, and blend your resources, and embrace the fool, deliver your wisdom, and you will be an honored guest. Cancer, it's a year where you feel the oppositions big time. You're going to feel tension. And that tension is a lot to do with the eclipses. They continue to impact your sun and rising sign. So the life of the shy crab is really getting shaken up, especially in January, end of December, and June and July. So you're stepping out of old costumes, old identities, relationships, homes, even old career paths that previously have shackled you. So take the chains off and keep diving into the depths of your soul, for there is much power there. There's more teachers showing up in your life this year, and you will gain greater clarity on your mission and purpose by midsummer as Mars ignites the career area for the entire second half of the year. Lots of drive, lots of motivation. So it's not time for playing small and hiding out, Cancer. All the life circumstances and earthquaking you're going through is setting you up for a leadership potential that you didn't know you had. The world needs this leadership. It needs the fierce mother that is in you. And it needs you to channel that for all to hear and to be guided by. All right, now, speaking of fierceness, the roar of the lion, Leo, you are feeling a strong pull in 2020 to travel abroad, especially during the summer, and with Mars lighting up the 9th house for 6 months. So recognize that if you are traveling, some experiences may work, others may exhaust you. And you have to take some real serious evaluation of what's motivating you. Why do you want to go? Where do you want to go? What are you learning, experimenting with? What are you trying to dive into? You are also in a path of reinventing yourself with the Uranus square. So, you need to be willing to, experiment and innovate, and look at somebody new in the mirror every day. So make whatever journey you're on this year a spiritual quest. Maybe it's time that you're facilitating a retreat abroad and bringing all of your creative energies to the fore as a teacher. Now, Virgo, your dedication and devotion will pay off this year because the Capricorn stellium is going to give a nice flowing and abundant trine to everything that you've been working on. So it's going to support all the quiet work you've been doing, often behind the scenes. This year, you have a potential to get recognized. But don't add, you know, like Virgo does, the tendency to enslave yourself by adding more to your pile. Just take one thing at a time and become more efficient and work harder, not smarter. Libra, Mars is challenging you for 6 months this year with the opposition and tension in all relationships. Mars in the area of partnerships. So you must learn to argue this year. And you have to argue towards what you really desire and let go of the facades of the peacemaker at all costs. You know, the more passive you are, the more aggressive you will be in 2020. So you may need to break away from anything boring, whatever feels stifled or stuck, and surround yourself with adventurous people. Add more spice to your life with travel or entrepreneurial energies around you, especially because the Capricorn energy is going to square you. And so again, you're going to have opportunities for growth, but it's going to require a lot of hard work. You can't waste your time on, you know, trivialities and relationships that are going nowhere. Scorpio, this year, it's vital for you to nurture your health, especially come July, because Mars will be in your 6th house, the area of health and illness. Mars is going to push you there. He's really going to push you. So you need to watch overextending yourself and focus on daily aerobic activity like hiking, working out, swimming, dancing. Because if not, you're going to feel this volcano wanting to explode with all this energy. And possibly you're going to project that onto others. So, you know, if we add into the mix that you have shocking, surprising, occasionally volatile Uranus energies in your 7th house of partnership, and that's for many years to come, 7th house Uranus. You need to be aware that you have to detach from the expectations of, you know, endurance and long-term commitments in relationship, and instead focus on enjoying the wild ride, having an epiphany with the people you're with, breaking out of fixed boxes. It's a paradigm shift in love, and there's all kinds of exciting opportunities and individuals hanging around you now. And it's not just in love. It could be creative partnerships. It can be business partnerships that are exciting, new, and all about the emergent evolution on the planet. Sagittarius. All right, Sag. With all of last year's endless growth, you may be needing to slow down a bit, pull back on the horse is galloping, and, you know, consolidate everything you've learned. Venus retrograde is going to ask you actually to adjust relationship, because she's going to be in your area of partnership. It's kind of like a double Venus retrograde energy. Maybe you have too many partners. Maybe your energy's been going in too many directions. Maybe you have a fear of commitment. Maybe you've been saying yes to that which is not truly fulfilling or spiritually uplifting. Maybe it's time to find a travel buddy and go on that journey you've always wanted to go on. So this is some of the energies for you this year, Sagittarius. Now, Capricorn, I mean, what can we say? Like, it's just like the whole 2020 preview was about you, pretty much, you know? But this year should bring a little bit of like, wow, I've been grinding even for 10 years, you know, with Pluto and Capricorn. This is a year where your impact can be larger than it ever has on the planet. And so you might be teaching more this year, traveling more. You might feel a little restlessness. You definitely want to be blogging, vlogging, getting your message out in a bigger way, maybe guiding a group of people, a community. There's so much, right? But it's nonstop, right? The eclipses are still in Cancer and Capricorn. So expect a lot of transformation in career, relationships, home, every area of life. And just continue to master your shadow and do the work, and you will be rewarded. But don't get too hard on yourself. That's really important. And take enough, like schedule in the self-care every week, every day, every month, and throughout the year. just schedule it in. And then you will be feeling more at ease with all of the powerful transformations this year. Aquarius, Uranus is shaking up your home space. Maybe it's time to move. It's a feeling of being restless, perhaps, or maybe you have some little opportunities to take short trips that allow you some of that much needed Aquarian freedom. So there could be retreats or workshops or trainings that allow you to access and discover your authentic self along with your cosmic tribe, amidst friends. It's important to do a lot of the inner work in 2020 to remove the skeletons from the closet and the cobwebs from the unconscious and open up a larger humanitarian vision, which prepares you for the massive Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, the Great Conjunction, which is going to be in your home sign and active all of 2021. So this is a huge year for you of setting the stage, right? Getting ready to lead the way in 2021. So you have to build solid foundations right now, and who you're around, who you're networking with is absolutely essential. So it's like this year you're watching the trailer, and in 2021, you are the superhero of the feature-length film. Pisces, last year's continuous and constant expansion needs some practical grounding in 2020 for this slippery fishy. Your community of like-minded souls continues to grow in 2020 and be empowered, especially with Neptune continuing to move through your sign, right? This is happening until like 2023 or 24. So you are clarifying the vision, you are receiving the vision, your spiritual capacities continue to open, abundant creativity and imagination flowing through you. Your channel is wide open. So you are receiving a message, medicine, a vision for humanity, and just continuing to step into that role. And this year, ground that more into some real practical form with all that Capricorn energy supporting the Pisces this year, earth to water. Woo! I hope we got them.
I hope. Thank you for that. Very, very helpful.
All right. Well, I know that I'm going to sleep well tonight after that download. So I hope that this has been inspiring, an empowering call to everyone today. Both Jocelyn and myself put a lot of work into this call, put a lot of passion, and as much passion as we're going to bring to our training. We love this work. We love sharing the archetypes, the myths, and guiding our community with this cosmic information that is really here for us, and we're here as translators, and we're here to empower you. So we're really grateful for you taking the deep dive with us today, for investing in today's work. We hope you'll invest to work further with us. We have a lot of exciting and playful elements of our training coming up, and we start, shortly after the new year. So we'd love to see you there. And again, I hope that there's been a lot of activation for you today.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, as you said, I know we're both so excited about this new program coming up, Archetypal Alignment, and we have so much to share. Quite a transformative experience that it's going to be. So I just put the link in the chat again. And when we send this out as a recording, we'll be sure to include the link so you can easily go check it out. Hope to see you all in the program in January. We would love to share these next 6 months with you. And thank you to everyone for attending. It's been beautiful to have your participation. There's so many comments in the chat.
Yeah. Happy holidays to everyone. Again, be gentle with yourself this week, right? Venus, Saturn, Pluto, if you need to listen to some heavy music, check out some Tool, move that Pluto energy, do some, some deep dive, watch some powerful movies. I recently watched Interstellar and Gravity again, and those are some good movies to open up your consciousness to the potential. Yeah, it's been wonderful to serve you today. So, and
enjoy this 12/12/12/12 full moon that we have coming up in just less than 12 hours. And
awesome.
Happy birthday to Helen. I'm glad you had an amazing birthday, Helen. So glad you could join us on your birthday.
All right, guys. Namaste. Blessings. Have a great rest of your week and month and year ahead.
Lots of love, everybody. Bye.